Champions are not born. They're forged. This is about turning the ordinary into undisputed. Available now. Ade Oladipo, brought to you by Undisputed.
What's up, beeps? Welcome to another episode of Ade Gman. We think it's episode 27.
We're fairly sure it's episode. I said it was episode 27 to you earlier.
Yeah.
Before we started. So if we're wrong, I'll take the hit on this one.
Yeah, it's brought to you by the wonderful people at Undisputed. Thank you so much to them for the support. Now, I will say this. About 4 hours ago, G-Man, we were like, not that we weren't going to do it, but we were scratching our heads for subjects.
We definitely
we was going to go down the barrel of just talking about Fury and AJ and just trying to make up some bullshit. All of a sudden, early this morning, we got some big news.
Oh, we did. We got some big news. Not just about Ben Eubank, but Beterbiev.
Yeah.
It's crazy the way boxing, especially boxing news, the landscape of boxing can be dead, boom, it comes to life.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, I mean, we're being picky because it's not been dead for a couple of years. There's always been something.
Yes.
But we're now so greedy. We want big all the time. And we've got big. November 15th, the rematch between Eubank and Ben 2 will happen. It was spoken about for September. I'm not quite sure what happened. I still don't know why that didn't happen.
Nor I. I think a lot of people are questioning, is it going to happen, or what's going to be the stipulation this time? I have it on good authority. There will still be a rehydration clause
from who?
In place.
Who's your good authority? Can you say?
No, I'll tell you I'll tell you once we finish here. But I have a very good authority that there will be a rehydration clause in place for this upcoming fight.
And I think that was the problem first time round, or at least second time round for the rematch. Again, I have good on good authority as well that everything that was in place for the first fight will be in place for the second fight.
Correct.
Which makes me feel as though this is a Eubank issue because Eubank would have pushed for maybe the rehydration clause to go. So what I'm basically getting at is, why has Eubank taken this fight again if he can't get his way? Well, who is the A side and B side in this?
Well, therein is the question. I mean, you would think first time around you could have said it was 50-50. Well, Eubank Jr. won the first fight. So as far as I'm concerned, you're the A side. But if he signed a pre-agreement, so if you signed a 2-fight deal with these in place, well, I mean, it's on you for signing that.
Agreed.
I suspect that it's nothing to do with money. I suspect that the reason why this has got pushed back from September to November is purely that weight cut and fight took so much out of Eubank. He needs an extra 2 months recovery. Yeah.
Or, and I think you could be right, but I'm just going to try and play devil's advocate, or he has tried his absolute hardest to push this rehydration cap away, maybe even go to 168, and it's not happened. And it's now, with it being the original date being September, obviously we're in August, 4th of August today, that isn't enough time now. It's almost like, okay, we've agreed. It's not going to happen. Let's just fight again. And now it's like, okay, the next available date's November.
I think as well as that, if you're Team Eubank, you look at CONOR BENN. Look at the options he has at 147, right? There's Manny Pacquiao is knocking around. Mario Barros, winner of Donovan versus Crooker. There's opportunities at 147. Ben's already spoke about going back down. Devin Haney, etc. Eubank 160, 168. Why is there?
It's crazy, actually. You are correct. CONOR BENN is in such a strong position
Exactly.
Here. Like, beyond strong.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. He has, and he shouldn't have these, but he will jump the queue as it can happen with a strong promoter, strong broadcaster. He could fight the winner of Devin Haney, Brian Norman. He could fight the winner of Paddy Donovan, Lewis Crocker. He could fight Mario Barrios. He could fight Rolly Romero.
Oh, yeah, he's been
elevated
elevated to full champion.
So literally, he could fight all the champions. That's how strong he is. Well, you do look at Chris Eubank Jr. and you think, I mean, you're not going to fight Hamza.
Oh, hell
Let's be honest, you don't really want the Hamza fight. You're not going to fight Alam Kanali. You're not going to fight Carlos Adames. You're not going to fight Callum Simpson because why? And you're not going to get the Canelo fight because that's kind of been promised to Hamza if Canelo beats Terence Crawford. Exactly. So if you're Chris, I mean, are you going to fight Erislandy Lara?
Yeah, you're in no man's land. Yeah. You fight Erislandy Lara for a world
fraction.
I was going to say a pennies on a dime, or you just take the rematch. You signed a 2-way deal. You knew you were signing for a rehydration clause. You knew you were signing this when you did the 2-fight deal. Just take this fight. It's the biggest money fight. And outside of AJ versus Fury, can you name me a bigger fight in the UK domestically? No, there isn't any.
No.
Boat's Yard wouldn't do the numbers this would do. Yeah. So out of AJ Fury, this is the biggest fight for both guys.
Yeah, no, you're right. This is the biggest fight in British boxing bar those two, I believe. AJ Dubois could do numbers, but
We spoke about this a couple of weeks ago as well. And this is before, I think it was before they announced the September date, and then it went. And you asked me, do I think it needs to happen again? And I said no. I think it served its purpose. But at the end of the day, I can think it served its purpose, but these guys want to get paid. No, and you spoke about the casual audience aren't going to care that they've already fought once, and that we know the magic of the first fight probably won't happen this time. The Eubank senior, the fight itself, all that. The casual's going to be like, that was an epic fight, let's watch it again.
Yeah, I mean, if number one is so good, I mean, it's like just basic economics. If number one's so good, you do it again. You do it again until the wheels fall off. Yeah. Hence why you get some movies that go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another franchise. You know, it just carries on and on and on until the well dries up. And I guess this well's still got a lot of water and a lot of juice in it. I am surprised that they've not, or maybe they have done, tried to go to Wembley with it. Because if you can get an extra 30,000 seats in, which equates to probably an extra 4 or 5 million in terms of gate receipts, why wouldn't you want to do that?
It's a very good point. And as I just said there, you know, casuals are going to be bought hook, line and sinker on this. They will lap this up. You could easily do under 30,000, especially after the success of the first fight. They will look at that and think, yeah, let's go round 2.
Yeah, I do think Tottenham is a better stadium.
Great atmosphere.
It's
phenomenal atmosphere.
Because it's the way it's shaped. Yeah. It's almost like Wembley's like that, so it kind of leaves the noise, whereas Tottenham's kind of bowl-shaped a little bit.
Exactly that, yeah. Wembley, you can see it when you... Look, I love watching fights in Wembley, but the atmosphere for Usyk, for Fury, and for this one, it was insane. So for that alone, I'm kind of like, yeah, happy days, stay in Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah. I for some reason, I feel like Tottenham's more expensive to rent. I could be so wrong. But I just feel like Tottenham's more expensive. But I do think Tottenham's so much better.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I think it's so much better. And I just think I think Wembley's crap, if I'm honest with you. Now, in terms of a stadium, I think it's awful. But, I mean, if you can get an extra 35,000, I do wonder why they haven't gone there. Happy it's happening again now that you've had a time to kind of think about it? Or you still a bit like, didn't need to see it?
That's a good question. I think I kind of answered that earlier on. What do you do if you're Chris Eubank Jr.? What do you do? CONOR BENN has options. Chris Eubank Jr. doesn't. If he wants to carry on, this is the only fight to make. I think it'll still be a good fight. I think that Chris Eubank Jr. might start earlier this time because he kind of boxed a bit first time. I think he's just going to go for broke like that. So we could be in, for as long as it lasts, a really, really good scrap. So long-winded one. But yeah, I'll watch it again. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, 100%. I'll watch it again as well. And if I'm Conor, I think Conor's kind of made weirdly the right decision just because of his age. Like Conor, I think, can afford to have one more scrap and still mix it with the guys at 147. Like, it's Chris that has an issue here because this is Chris's last hurrah. But Conor, I think, is 27. So as much as I want Conor to go straight to the guys at 147, if he can have just this and say, okay, we're done in November, and then from January 2026, it's now full focus on 147, I'm fine with it. My worry is don't take damage in this fight and he wouldn't have made... Problem for Conor is that he would not have made 147 for over 2 years. Man, can he still get down to 147?
147 over 2 years, man. And this is the problem. It's a bigger problem than what you just said, right? One, he'll take damage, right? And he took damage in the first fight. The last time he made 147, right, was when he fought Chris Van Heerden, April 22. So it'd be 4 years nearly without making that weight. Before. Oh yeah,
of course, because the fights before that, 154. But you know what it is though? Remember when he did weigh in for the Eubank fight?
Yes.
And he weighed in at 154, 155 or something? It was very light. Was it like, it definitely wasn't 160, I remember that.
No, it wasn't 160.
It was very light. I remember thinking...
I think it was like 156 or something
was it?
Like that. Maybe
that made me feel like he could make 147. It'll be tough. By the way, he's got to make 147.
Oh yeah, he can't fight at 154.
He can't fight at 154.
No way. Hell no.
That's my thing. So good luck to him. Because if you can't make 147 and you try and go with those guys at 154, I spoke to Xander Zayas yesterday, by the way, and I thought, my God, there's Virgil Ortiz, there's Xander Zayas, there's Bakram, there's Boychuk, there's Madrimov, there's Sebastian Findora.
Boots.
There's Boots. You've got to make 147.
Yeah, please don't ever fight at 154. CONOR BENN, please don't.
Yeah. All right, so that's November 15th. November 22nd just got juicy.
It did get
juicy. It was already juicy.
It was
already juicy.
It was phenomenal.
It was already best card of the year, potentially.
Easily.
And now it's been added to because Artur Beterbiev will fight Dion Nicholson on the card.
Yes.
Everyone immediately, don't lie, everyone immediately went to BoxRec to find out who the fuck is Dion Nicholson, because let's be honest, people didn't really know who that guy was. We've had a look at the record. He's only lost once That was at cruiserweight.
That was a cruiserweight.
That was to the guy, the Nigerian guy that Chef Clark fought in America, I think about 16 months ago.
And he got stopped in that fight.
Yeah, he got stopped in the third round, I think.
I had seen a little bit of Dion Nicholson.
Oh, here we go. Go on, give him stick. Go on.
He called himself the equalizer. And he does have power. Yeah. He does definitely have power. I just think he's very run of the mill. He's trained out of JD's gym, Sky Gym, which is Deontay Wilder's gym. Yep. He has the technique I'd expect out of that gym, quite frankly, which is very limited. I think he is going to look. Yes, that loss was a cruiserweight. He's not a natural cruiserweight. We can see it as a 175 pounder, but there ain't no way he's going to put a dint in Artur Beterbiev.
You know what? You are correct. Look, again, I will play devil's advocate and say, age is a motherfucker. Like father time can get anyone at any time. Do I think it will get Beterbiev? Absolutely not, right? Because even if it does get him, this is someone that you're going to have to be someone to get him.
Yeah.
And Dion Nicholson's not someone enough to get him. Yeah. I just find the whole thing surprising. Why? Like, what is going on here? Because
that's the big question.
Beterbiev was going to fight Bivol.
Trilogy fight, yes.
Yeah.
It was going to be October, I think. And then they said it would. Bivol vacated his light heavyweight title, his WBC one. So could we have got the Benavidez fight then?
Yeah.
Are we missing out on a fight? Because, look, I like the Yard Benavidez fight, but if Beterbiev's fighting Nicholson, why couldn't Bivol have just kept that title, fought Benavidez, and then into a trilogy fight early next year? I'm confused here. What's going on?
In the day of social media where everyone kind of lets us know what's going on, what they're doing, Bivol or his manager or Eddie needs to release a statement to say, okay, this is what's going on with Dimitri Bivol.
Well, I don't know if he's injured. I mean, he was posting those pics last week of him in Pisa with the Leaning Tower, so he seems fine. I'm baffled. I don't get it.
Yeah, it is strange because initially there was a lot of talk about the rematch being in Russia or someone with Russian backing putting the fight on, and Turkey was like, fine, go ahead. Whoever's got this backing, whoever's going to pay you, go and do it. That hasn't happened. And now we have Beterbiev. If anyone told me someone was going to fight out of those two in November, I'd have said, Bivol.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because Beterbiev is not as active, or at least I don't think he is.
The most activity he's had in the last couple of years has been this Bivol, this whole Bivol series, because prior to that, it was maybe once a year. If we got him twice a year, we were doing amazing. So, yeah, I would have said Bivol as well, because Bivol's always tried. Remember when Beterbiev pulled out of the original first fight, was on the 5v5?
And it was Bivol that fought.
It's Bivol that fought.
It was Bivol that fought. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So Bivol's always been the one. If the fight's not there, look, I'll fight someone. Just get me someone to fight. But he's not even being announced.
Yeah, and I'm Team Bivol, but I'm slightly disappointed. I'm massive. It makes me feel like we're not going to see the trilogy now.
It has me doubting it. Well, again, if we don't see the trilogy, well, then it was pointless vacating that title.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if there was any doubt, because we probably would have known early on, if there was any doubt that trilogy wasn't going to happen, keep your belt. You're undisputed.
Yeah. And the other reason I don't think we're going to see it is because we have so many fights in and around that weight class at that time now.
Yeah.
You got Callum Smith versus Morrell, which is going to be announced very, very soon. I'm here in October potentially for that fight, which is, Yard versus Benavidez. Whoever looks spectacular the most out of those two. So if Callum Smith, for example, Callum Smith beats Morrell, who could happen,
could very well,
and Benavidez destroys you, we're going to scream for one of those guys to fight Bivol.
Well, I think one of them, the Callum Smith Morrell one might be a mandatory, and they'll call that. Callum Smith or Anthony Yard, Benavidez, whoever wins that, will be calling for that straight away, because they'll be feeling like, especially if we're not hearing anything about Beterbiev Bivol, if Benavidez goes in there and ices Anthony Yard, there will be so much. You may as well just forget Beterbiev. They will be saying, get Bivol Benavidez.
Yeah.
Get it going.
Or they could be saying Beterbiev Benavidez.
Or they could be saying that.
Yeah, and that's scary.
But I do want to hear. Well. I'd like to hear what's going on with Bivol.
Yeah, we need to know. Yeah. We need to know. We need to know what's going on with the number one light heavyweight when number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are fighting. Do you know what I mean? All the other top dogs are fighting each other, and number one, the king of the jungle, isn't fighting. We need to kind of find out what's going on. All right, let's talk AJ Jake Paul.
Oh, do we?
Now,
do you have to?
No, I'm happy you said that, because I don't want to. And it's not a subject I like talking about, because ultimately I've kind of made my feelings very clear on broadcast, TalkSport, DAZN, whatever, that I don't think this fight should happen. But every time I say this fight shouldn't happen, the powers that be are saying this fight could happen. So I think it's important to talk about it. And Nikisa was on Sky, obviously Nikisa MVP. Eddie did a Zoom with IFL TV and spoke about it as well. No one's shutting this down.
Nope.
Which means there's a likelihood something could happen here.
When one promoter shuts it down, you're thinking, oh, happy days, that's a relief. You kind of know where it's going. both of them are talking about this is 50-50 whether it happens or not. It's like, well, no, it should be 100%. It's not happening. This is, I cannot get my head around it. This is the last thing I want to see for AJ, because you're talking about a guy who's probably got 2 fights left in him. I don't want one of them to be against Jake Paul.
Oh, yeah, but okay, but Jake Paul's almost like not even half a fight. So although he's got 2 fights left in him, he still will have 2 fights left in him.
Oh yeah, he'll have
he'll run through Jake Paul like a hot knife through butter.
Oh,
he wouldn't require training.
No, he can literally, if the fight night is 3 months from now, he can get up that Friday and say, right, let's go, Saturday night, done.
I'm being serious about that, by the way.
But he can do that.
Okay,
easily.
yeah, cool.
Easily he can do that. A jab from Anthony Joshua. This is it. Look, I like Jake Paul. I like what he's doing for the sport. Man lost to Tommy Fury. Seriously.
You forget about that, don't you?
You do forget about that. Man lost to Tommy Fury, and they're talking about putting him in with Anthony Joshua. Seriously.
Yeah. Is this more wild than Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? Not on the wild scale.
Oh, on the wild scale,
like
yeah.
what's the bigger gap? Mike Tyson to Jake Paul or Jake Paul to AJ?
Mike Tyson was 60 years old nearly.
Yeah. So my point is, if Mike Tyson and Jake Paul can get it on, AJ and Jake Paul can get it on.
But the difference is, right, I knew going into that Mike Tyson fight, there was no chance of Mike Tyson really having a serious chance of damaging Jake Paul.
Yeah, but that's my point. I knew there was absolutely no way Mike Tyson was going to do anything to Jake Paul. It still happened. I know there's absolutely no way Jake Paul was going to do anything to AJ.
But the difference, I knew Jake Paul probably wouldn't do anything to Mike Tyson. He'd probably hold back. AJ's not going to hold back. And if he does, I think you said it a couple of weeks ago, you'll have people saying, see, all his fights are fixed now.
Herein lies the biggest problem.
Yeah.
AJ is going to have to fight like he's fighting against Usyk or Dubois. Because if he doesn't, then it's going to be a case of all the fights are fixed then.
And
that's the problem.
As well as that, if he doesn't, right, you were going to have the likes of Fury. You were going to have his contemporaries saying, why the hell do I want to fight someone who literally, he beat Jake Paul, but like he didn't do it in devastating fashion like he should. That's actually going to make AJ, I think, maybe it might make him an easier sell, but it's also probably going to make him a harder sell at the same time.
I know AJ, like everyone, right? AJ's a prize fighter.
Yeah.
He's become unified heavyweight champion of the world, so he's ticked that box. He's won every belt apart from the WBC.
Except that one, yes.
Yeah. So he's ticked the boxes, Olympic gold medalist, world championship silver medalist. So basically what I'm trying to say, all the accolades in boxing, he's pretty much done, right? Apart from, again, Ring Magazine or WBC. The biggest accolade you can get then after that is money. Right? And he'll get a lot of money. So say it does come across AJ's table. Like just say this is the table. And okay, AJ, Tony Yoka 15, Martin Bakoli, yeah, you're probably looking at 20. Jake Paul 200.
When you say it like that, it is a no-brainer.
Like, what's the risk reward? Tony Yoka is quite risky just because he's a big guy and he's a professional boxer. Bakoli, at this stage of AJ's career, very risky. Jake Paul, again, Jake, not, respecting what you're doing, zero risk for AJ and 10 times the money of Yoka and Bakoli. It's a Netflix thing. It will do incredible numbers. Everyone will go mad.
And you hit the nail on the head when you said basically he's 2 fights left in him. This won't count as one of them because nothing's going to happen to him. Yeah. Literally nothing's going to happen to him. So he can get that money. I just worry for Jake Paul if it does happen.
Remember when Muhammad Ali, we don't remember, we weren't born, but obviously the history. Muhammad Ali had that exhibition fight.
Antonio Yoka?
Yes. Yeah. When everyone talks about Muhammad Ali, no one ever mentions that.
Nope.
So what I'm trying to get at, in 30 years' time, who's going to give a fuck?
See, that was an exhibition. That was an exhibition.
What's this?
An exhibition, well, I would imagine this is going to be under Queensberry rules. Yeah. So this will be a professional
Who
fight.
Who will sanction it?
Well,
who sanctioned Jake Paul, Mike Tyson?
Exactly. The Texas Commission looked at that and said, happy days, we'll sanction that. So someone will sanction it. I mean, like at the end, it's probably the board will probably sanction it because they are technically 2 professional boxers.
Yeah.
They're miles apart.
Yeah, one's ranked number 14 in the WBA.
Yeah.
So it is a cruiserweight just fighting a heavyweight.
He's moving up to heavyweight. So like there'd be no problem with someone sanctioning that.
Yeah. I've been around AJ in training camp a couple of times. Not a lot. Let me not pretend I've been there hundreds of times. Everyone thinks I have been. Obviously, I've been to a lot of his fights. I've been live. I've been as close to his fights as anybody. Closer than any judge. No, close as the judges, basically. Point I'm trying to get at, I've seen AJ hit people with full force. And dude, it's a wrecking machine.
Yep. Now, Jake Paul, who is he ever? He sparred Lawrence Cody. He sparred these guys. Are they really throwing full force? I doubt very much that, right? Now, AJ would go in there, 10-ounce gloves, and he would probably, the first chance he gets, would throw that same right hand he hit Ngannou with.
It's lights out.
Ngannou is near 300 pounds. He's got a massive neck. He's built like an absolute brick of a man. And yeah, Jake Paul is not that.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous. I think it shouldn't happen.
Was it Duke McKenzie who said that he'd actually fear for his safety, Jake Paul's safety?
Yeah,
in there.
and that's a professional boxer because he understands what it's like to be hit full force by someone that doesn't hold back. Away from AJ. Okay, no, very quickly. Gun to the head. Does it happen?
Wishful.
Like, seriously?
No. I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
Okay, AJ fights
Fury.
Okay, I think AJ fights Tony Yoka, but
Really?
yeah, I think AJ fights Tony Yoka. Yeah, I don't think he fights Fury next. All right, let's talk about Tyson Fury, who was at Doncaster Racecourse during the week and was like, by the way, he looked really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the clip of him saying, I'm retired, I'm old, I'm grey. I thought his face looked like a man that is in shape.
He's still training. Like that's the thing. He is still training. So yeah, you can see a little bit of the grey in the beard. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. But normally when you see Fury, a retired Fury, you do see the weight coming in. When he was there ringside for AJ versus Dubois, he had a fight with Usyk and he looked, a little bit fleshy. Man looked all right.
Yeah.
So I think this retirement thing, it's a young guy's game. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I take everything he says with a pinch of salt.
A massive pinch of salt.
Yeah, not because some people say he chats a lot of shit. It's not that. It's he will let us know something when he needs to let us know something.
Exactly.
When he'll just play games with us as he has done. Tyson Fury is a master of the mind games. He'll make you look that way and be doing something that way, and that's all it is with Tyson Fury. Do I think he's going to have a couple more fights? Yeah. Just because the money's too big and not many people leave that kind of money on the table. You're potentially talking. I mean, when everyone talks about the Saudis don't pay what people think they pay, and everyone's like, oh my God, they don't really pay that. Tyson Fury sort of did his accounts, didn't he? And there was 172 million or something in there.
That's insane.
And that was from like a year and a half ago. So it didn't account for the Usyk fight. They're paying big bucks. That's now proof.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's out there, people. Go and check it. Go on Company's House, Tyson Fury. It's out there. That's crazy.
It's insane. I think Fury will. I think he will as well. I do think, though, that he may second guess it if Usyk decides to retire. Because he wants that trilogy fight. That's what he wants. He wants that trilogy fight. I think if Usyk announces, I'm not just vacating the belt, boxing's been good to me, I've completed it, it may be a harder sell. They'd have to offer him a massive incentive to fight an Anthony Joshua, an Ade Gman, a Joseph Parker. I think he's holding out for that Usyk trilogy. And if he doesn't get it, the Saudis will, whatever they were paying him for Usyk, they'll probably have to pay him for Joshua or Parker as well.
Krasiuk, Usyk's former manager now, said something in World Boxing News yesterday or today, it might have been today, early this morning, saying that he's going to beg Usyk to retire.
Really?
Yeah, that he doesn't see what Usyk can do anymore. But he hinted at a fight in a cage.
For Usyk?
For Usyk.
Whoa.
Yeah, he hinted at a fight in a cage. I spoke to Andy Lee 2 weeks ago. Andy Lee said exactly the same thing to me. He said he's hearing a lot about Alexander Usyk wanting an MMA fight, basically, with Jake Paul.
Oh my God.
Jake Paul stepped into the ring. Remember, after the Dubois fight, went face to face with him.
did.
And Jake Paul said that. He said he wants to fight Alexander Usyk in the cage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That you got me there.
There's a lot going on. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is there's a lot going on. Yeah, I mean, is Jake Paul seems to have come in to our sport and just dropped a boom. And he's going to either fight AJ or he's going to fight Alexander Usyk.
That's insane. Imagine a YouTuber can just, and he's doing a lot of good for the sport.
He's more than a YouTuber now.
He is more than a YouTuber.
Dude, he's more than
but
a
he
YouTuber
has two.
now.
There's two of the biggest names in the heavyweight division, two of the biggest names in boxing, and they are fixated on a fight with Jake Paul. One in a cage, one in the ring.
Because they know the numbers.
Oh, they know the numbers.
They know the numbers, dude.
Baseball numbers.
They look exactly baseball numbers. They looked at that, and it's Mike Tyson, I get it, but they looked at that and thought, what is going on?
We want some of that.
We want some of that. Jake Paul brings eyeballs.
I just can't envision Usyk in a cage.
Okay.
I can only envision Usyk.
I would hate that.
Yeah, so would I. Usyk is in the squared circle. He has the movement. I just can't envision Usyk.
I actually would go as far, and I know Usyk's done so much for us, so this can lead on to the Parker conversation. I would dislike it. I would actually find it wrong if Joseph Parker's out there, a viable option. This isn't Joseph Parker who's like, okay, give Parker it. Parker deserves it. Parker's literally the next man up.
Yeah.
You've made a lot of money, Usyk. Give Parker his shot.
He's earned it.
Give Parker his shot.
He's actually gone out and done it. We say in boxing, right, all we want is guys out there to earn their shot. Parker's earned it. He's literally done it. He's done what we asked, give him a shot.
I thought you were looking at me. I just realised you're looking at the camera.
I was looking at the camera. I was
Okay.
making sure the camera seeing me saying that, because that's how much... Listen, this whole mandatory system is in place for a reason. You fight the best, or you fight the best available contenders, you go up the rankings, you fight an eliminator, you get a title shot. Parker's done it. Give him his title shot.
Yeah. The worst thing you can do is not give Parker his shot and fight Jake Paul in a cage.
That's just...
Don't sort of ruin your thing.
It would hurt his legacy.
Yeah, it would.
It would, even though it's not... All right.
No, it would.
It's not a boxing, but it would be like, really, you're sticking around, you could have fought Joseph Parker, you're mandatory, and you go and fight a YouTuber in a cage. Really?
Yeah, it's not great.
That's just a cash grab.
Yeah, it's not great. Parker's done another one of those videos, hasn't he?
He has. I mean, I loved them, but they're not really serving their purpose, are they?
What's the purpose?
To get a fight, no one's even responding to them. But they're not. I love them. They're funny. They're fun to watch. They're well done. It's showing a different side of Parker. It gets people like me and you talking. He's done one for AJ. Didn't say anything. Done one for Dylan White. Didn't say anything. I think he's done a couple for Usyk now. Nothing.
Yeah.
What good is it?
Yeah, for me, and everyone approaches it differently, and I feel bad saying this because Parker's incredible. I love Parker. Every time I meet him, like, Parker fucking sends me happy birthday messages.
Trains in Dublin now.
He's such a nice guy. Well. Honestly, such a nice guy. The best opportunity to call someone out is when they're there and you've got a chance and there's a mic and the world can hear you and they're in the ring and in your face.
Was it you who said that you felt he was too nice that night in Wembley? It was someone who said...
I kind of said he was too nice, but I don't know if I said too nice because that's just him, but I said I was there, and I'm not joking, you're not supposed to. They always tell you don't give the mic to someone as a broadcaster. I would 100% have given the mic to Parker to call out Usyk, because I thought he was next to me and I looked and it was Chisora and I was thinking, where's Parker? I actually kind of did a little turnaround, like, where is Joseph Parker? Because you don't get the opportunity.
No, that's your
that
moment.
opportunity to call out Usyk in the ring and go nose to nose and say, what, like Dubois did,
exactly that,
will get you more eyeballs than the video.
Exactly.
The video will get you eyeballs and we'll laugh at it and think Parker's great and we love it.
Yeah, happy days.
But the chance to call someone out is straight after the fight. Get in the ring. I don't know if you remember this, when Floyd had a fight and Shane Mosley came in the ring.
Yes.
And Floyd was like, you're disrespecting me. This is my moment. Why are you disrespecting me? Da, 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 da. Do you remember all that?
I remember all that.
Who did Floyd fight next?
It was Shane Mosley.
Shane Mosley. That's
and
my
he was
point.
Even saying it. He was so angry in the post-fight interview. He was like, people want to see me and Shane Mosley. It's just Shane Mosley. That's how you do it. And remember Dubois, when he took the mic off you in Saudi Arabia, what did people talk about? It was just Dubois, Usyk, Dubois, Usyk, Dubois, Usyk. Yeah. And I think they'd even announced the Parker fight for Dubois. Yep. Didn't matter. It was still Dubois, Usyk.
That's why there's always these conspiracy theories that Dubois pulled out because he knew he was going to get the Usyk fight. But that's how you do it.
Yes.
I know, again, people do not like it, but that's how you do it. There's another one. Again, I can bring so many examples. I remember when Wilder fought, and I don't even remember, a drunk Tyson Fury got climbed over the ropes. Do you remember that? So when Fury basically recovered from all his nonsense that he recovered from, who did he fight? Wilder.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Literally, he had those two in-between fights straight into Wilder. And people still talked about that. That was the lingering memory.
That was it.
Usyk and Fury, when Fury fought Chisora. Yeah. I know he fought Ngannou, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, who came up to the ring?
Usyk, both times. Yeah. Even after the Ngannou fight.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he came up. No, he came up after the Ngannou fight, and he came up the one in, was it Chisora or Dillian White?
It was Chisora.
It was Chisora.
He came up for that fight. Yeah. He was in the ring with him for that fight. And then he fought Ngannou when he came back in the ring.
Yeah.
Both times.
There you go. Sometimes you've got to do it. I know people don't like to do it, but you've got to do it. All right, let's end on this. The biggest fight this year, by some distance, at the moment, is Canelo versus Terence Crawford.
Yes.
Again, we're August 4th. That's September 13th. So my maths ain't good, but I'm saying that's 5.5 weeks away.
It's roughly 5.5
weeks away. No undercard announcers yet.
We've heard
Bear
rumors.
in mind, November 22nd, we know the undercard.
Oh, yeah, the whole... And they've added to the undercard.
And they've added to the undercard. Canelo Crawford, no undercard announced yet. Rumors are, again, the two big babies, but no announcement. Do you find that weird?
I find it very weird. Now, I wasn't surprised they didn't announce anything when they did the press conference tour, because it wasn't about the undercard. It was about the two guys. It was about Canelo Crawford. Fair enough. That's 100%. Same with Ben Eubank. They didn't really announce it until after. But now we're in full swing. Now we're in full steam ahead for that. That's the next big fight. And you go on BoxRec, you go and you look online, you hear rumors, but nothing's been announced. That's a worry.
Why is this? Are they... Look, this is Turkey. right? Ultimately, he'll get who he wants on that undercard. But I do wonder, with it being a TKO promotion as opposed to the other Saudi fights, which aren't TKO promotions, I do wonder if they're struggling to get fighters free off their, because it almost seems as though TK aren't going to have any working relationships with the rest, Queensberry, Golden Boy, Matchroom, whatever. So I wonder if they're struggling to get fighters from said promotional companies to fight on this fight card.
That could very well be it, but you would think though, if you're a promoter, like, you would want your fighter to get all the eyes on them. They're going to be on Netflix. They're going to be on one of the biggest cards, probably the biggest fight card of the year. Would you not want that as a promoter? Look how many times Eddie's done it to Katie Taylor. Yeah. He let Katie Taylor go on Jake Paul's cards repeatedly. She's still a Matchroom fighter. Yeah, so is it not a good idea to do that? Because you're building your fighter's reputation.
Yeah. Again, I'm expecting an announcement soon, but it is quite strange because you're scratching your head and thinking, okay, apart from the two big babies, most of the big names for a card of this size, magnitude, have got dates already kind of lined up. You know what I mean? Which is weird. You know what would be crazy? Imagine Javante against Lamont Roach is on there, considering that was supposed to be now.
I don't think Javante will be going in the ring anytime soon. I have heard Christian Mbele might be on that card.
Mbele, yeah, okay, the Canadian-French fighter.
Canadian-French fighter, super middleweight against Lester Martinez.
Don't mind it.
Undefeated. I have heard Francesco Vargas Jr. against Callum Walsh. Callum Walsh, Irish fighter from Cork. He's actually...
Callum Walsh is the TKO fighter.
He's the TKO fighter, yeah. So that would make sense. But other than that, they're the only names I've heard.
Sexy could be sexier.
Could be better. But at the end of the day, this is one of those cards where the main event is just so spectacular. Does it need a strong undercard? I'd always argue, yeah, you do. You do need a strong undercard. But we don't even know if we don't even know what kind of undercard we're going to get. They haven't announced it. And it shouldn't be 5 weeks out. Man, you need to.
Yeah, it's not Turkey kind of business, is this?
No.
This is more Dana White stuff.
As you said, it was, what was it, early July, late June? We already knew a card in November. And it's now, it's out August. By next week, we will be literally a month away from fight night.
Why do we care?
Because we need a good undercard. I mean, you're
no, but why do we care about when it's announced for us? What's the reason that we're in so much, or a card needs to be shown? Like, when it's announced, it's announced.
Yeah, but you want to be able to have a look at it, and you want to be able to just break it down in your head. Even to, like, we do videos on it.
Can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, go on.
Don't give a fuck about the undercard. All I care about is Canelo Crawford.
No, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
All you care about is Canelo Crawford.
If I'm staying up, especially over here, right?
You're telling me you're not going to stay up until 5 a.m. The undercard's crap?
I want to stay up and watch this fight through.
Will you not stay up? If the undercard is crap, are you saying I'm going to bed?
No, I'll stay up for the fight. There you go. I feel as though if we're going to tune in for this fight, whether you're in the US, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in the UK, we deserve at least a decent undercard. I'm sorry, but how many of Canelo's undercards have we seen over the years that have just been absolutely... No,
and do you stay up for those Canelo fights?
Yes, yes.
Herein lies the problem. We stay up for them anyway. You stay up for them anyway. But look, I'm playing devil's advocate. I want a good undercard.
Yes.
But there are some times where I just do not care. Like Fury Usyk, I did not care what the undercard was. GGG Canelo, I can't even tell you. I can't for the life of me tell you who fought on that undercard. I don't care.
Yeah, I can't remember the first undercard. I can remember the second one. The second one wasn't too bad.
Don't remember. All right, guys, there you go. Short and sweet, quick, to the point. Remember, I travel to Saudi on Sunday. So next week's show, unfortunately, don't think it's going to happen because I'm away. And then I'm away after that. But we'll work something out because me and G-Man always do. But look, as usual, we always find a way. By the time you're watching this, I think I'll be at 100,000 subscribers, which is crazy. It's crazy. I don't believe it's true, but it's happened.
So hang on. Are you telling me the next time we film, there'll be a plaque there?
Yeah. The 100,000 subscriber plaque will be here, which is just mind-blowing because of the journey to get here. Started 8 years ago. So this hasn't been no... quick job. This has taken me 8 years. I had hair when I started this YouTube. I no longer have hair. That's how long the journey's taken. But please, as I've got to 100,000, you've helped me. Let's help this man get to 26,000 as well. You can't be too short of it.
Oh man, I'm less than 100 away. But it's 26 is the number. I want to get to 30.
He wants to get
That's
to 30.
The real number.
He wants to get to 30. So look, guys, thanks as always. Thank you very much, and we will see you on the next one.
Champions are not born. They're forged. This is about turning the ordinary into undisputed. Available now.
Ade Oladipo, brought to you by Undisputed.